Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you, to the left, is one of the victims of many. And to the right there is 50-year-old Lucio Diaz of Houston, Texas. Now, Mr. Diaz is accused of doing something unspeakable. And it says right here, 3 people get herpes from janitor, puts penis in water bottles, Texas officials say. Now, this particular story right here, the 3 people, was from the very beginning, because as you will see, this number has mushroomed to the point where it now includes up to 13 women. 13 women filed a lawsuit against multiple companies after alleging contracting incurable STD from water bottles infected by janitor, firm says. So before I go any farther, I want you to hear for yourself.
Want to get to more news now? It started with 4 women. Now, additional women have joined a lawsuit alleging they contracted incurable diseases after a janitor tampered with water bottles in their office space. KPRC2's Taisha Walker live in East Houston with their stories. And Taisha, more than a dozen women have come forward now.
Brandon, there are now 13 women, and they are all named in this lawsuit filed today. Their attorneys say there could even be more women out there that don't even know that they are infected. We do want to warn you that the details that you're about to hear are very graphic and are not suitable for young children to hear.
The fact that I can no longer leave my water bottles anywhere or my cups at a party just like that because I don't want anyone to catch what I have.
Attorney Kim Spurlock is reading part of a statement from one of the 13 victims suing the company that hired 51-year-old former janitor Lucio Diaz. 3 other companies, including the management of this medical office building in East Houston, are also listed in the $1 million lawsuit. Spurlock and her co-counsel initially filed a lawsuit last October, where 4 women said the water in their office space had a foul odor and a yellow color. Some say they stopped drinking from the shared water jug and brought their own water bottles, but noticed the same odor. One of the women decided to set up a camera at her desk.
It caught Mr. Diaz coming into her office to clean her desk, picking up her water bottle, taking his penis and rubbing it all over the water bottle.
Spurlock says the victim sent the video to the building manager, but no action was taken for more than 6 days. During that time, Diaz was still allowed into the building and was allegedly caught on camera repeating the act. Now, 13 women who work in the building say they contracted 2 incurable diseases as a result: herpes and hepatitis A. Diaz allegedly confessed to police late last year, saying that he had a sickness. We know he is charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, that deadly weapon being his bodily fluids. We know that there could be even more charges coming in the next few months. We also did try to reach out to the 4 plaintiffs listed in the lawsuit, but have yet to hear back. Reporting live in East Houston, Taisha Walker, KPRC 2 News.
Okay, so you heard that. This sick individual felt a need or duty to expose and infect innocent people with his incurable STD. Now, how low can you get? This guy was caught, actually. He was caught. And one of the plaintiffs in there notified the manager, I guess, of the building. And they knew for 6 days before they took any actions to finally do anything. And in those 6 days, he actually infected other women because he was shown doing what he was accused of doing on the video. Now, here's what I want to ask. How many marriages did this guy ruin or affected? Because just think of if one of the married partners contracted an STD, and naturally he's going to wonder, he or she would wonder, where did they get it from? And accusations could have gone out to an innocent person who actually was not fooling around, who was not doing any type of sexual activity on the side. Maybe they could be baffled. And who's going to believe that? That it came from nowhere? Did it come from the Holy Ghost? Did it come from angels, demons? Who's going to believe it? So this guy unknowingly probably affected a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages by his criminal activity. And to me, that $1 million seems very low. But from what I understand under Texas law, I guess for this particular type of a crime or lawsuit, that this is the max that you can do. But for 13 women, and I'm thinking maybe it's 1 million each, because that just seems a very, very low amount for an incurable disease that you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life. And this is going to affect so many other areas in their life. And one of the reasons why I did this video, I wanted to do it, is because I wanted to inform people and warn people. Do not leave water bottles at work. Do not leave water containers, canisters at work. Do not leave food there at work and go back and eat it again. You see what happened here? We really don't know the people who we are working with. We don't know our co-workers. That they're exactly that, they're co-workers. And to be honest with you, I had no idea that an STD can linger around for that long a time. I was under the impression, I thought that after a while, when air hits it or something, it can die out. But as I see that, I guess if it's refrigerated in a warm, in a cool environment, like a refrigerator, I guess it can linger. So this stuff about leaving your food there at work, going back to get it from a refrigerator, water bottles, anything like that, don't leave them. If it's left over the day before, if you forgot about it, just trash it, throw it away. Bring yourself a lunch or either go hungry. So you don't want to risk anything like this happening to you, because this particular story is extremely unfortunate. And now he's making a claim that he was sick. Just like what they always do. When people get caught doing something, they want to feign like they're mentally ill or they're sick. Yeah, he was definitely sick in the head to do something like this. But I'm hoping that they don't allow this mental illness stuff that so many people like to use when they're caught to have an outcome as to how he's going to be sentenced or the punishment in which he should receive. 13 women sue. Wow. And people are saying that it's bound to go higher because there are probably other women who are not really even aware that they have it, because not everyone shows symptoms. And that's why I'm sure that the women who work there at that particular location, I'm sure that they've sent out a memo, or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they want to save face and don't want the lawsuit, to just pile up. But I would think that through social media, the women and men, whoever work there, are going to get an STD checkup to make sure that, they are free from what this man was giving out. And you really have to wonder about a mindset like that. I'm not buying into the whole I'm mentally ill thing or trying to claim that he's a sick man. He's just evil. The idea that you want to affect people's life, their health, one of the most valuable things that we can have is our health. And you want to somehow take that away from people. So therefore, it just shows you what type of man he is. And I'm wondering, is he married? If so, what does his wife think about what he did? Or whoever he's involved with. This type of a person. But usually people like this, like him, he's very much alone. He's a loner. Don't have anyone. Part of their frustration could be anger, bitterness, resentment, trying to get back at the whole world. But just take away from this, do not leave any type of water bottles, containers at work. If you left them at work, make sure you take them home, sanitize them properly. Do not eat food in which you left overnight at work. Not at all a good idea. Let's hope that justice is served with this case and this man can be punished to the fullest extent of the law. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Sin Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you all beyond and through.